This is another method of placing a hole relative to the sides, but using parameters. So let's just make a hole, give it a size, turn the tri-ball on, position it, dragging it out from the top plane, move here, make one 4, make one 3. So now we position the hole relative to the top and the side. Now let's add some dimensions. Let's add a smart dimension. And we will lock that in position. And we will lock that in position. And turn smart dimension off. So now if we go into the part parameters and we show all parameters below the part, you see now that we have a D1 and a D2 for the dimensions of that hole. So we're starting our dimension parameters, but the plate itself is defined in 2D because it's an extrusion from a profile. So let's go in and highlight the part, edit the cross section. Now let's add some smart dimensions here. Leave that as 12. Leave that as 15. We also need to do a few other things so that as we're changing parameters, we can keep the block square. So I want to lock in the horizontal parameters and then lock in the vertical parameters. So I've got it's now basically a square and it can't change from a rectangle. So let's go back. So now we click on the part and go to part parameters. You'll see that we have additional parameters there that weren't there before that are now defining the shape of the plate. So now we want to redo these positioning dimensions with an expression. So here we're going to say minus PD1 divided by 3, and now we want minus PD2 divided by 2. So you'll see that the parameters changed. This one probably didn't because I guessed at that, so let's make this by 4. So now you'll see that these values are being driven by this formula, and this formula is coming from the parameters that were listed there. So now if we say OK, that hole now is being driven by the parameters. The difference between this method and the other method is if I click on this, I can't pull the handle out and change the size of the part. I need to go back to the part parameters and change it here. So here I might say make that 15 and let's make this 24 and then say apply and OK, and then that hole moves relative to the size of the part. This may be what you want, and if now you'll have the video to watch this over again and you can see how the different methods of getting where you're going. Thanks, John.